Hi everyone, welcome back to TrevDog Gaming here on YouTube, and we are in the game The Infected, and we are currently in episode 16. Well, the last episode we went for quite a long run to a couple of the towns to pick up some more tech. In this episode, I am looking at manipulating a couple of those new techs, because if you have a look at this list of constructed items, we can now make the oil pump and the water house. And I've grinded a little bit off camera to get enough materials to be able to make both of these. So, the oil pump simply means I don't have to keep fetching lots of biofuel and oil cans. It should supply enough oil to run all of our extractors. So, the first thing we're going to do is to put this down, and then we're going to put the water pump down, followed by one of these little sinks. So we will no longer have to take water to the plants in the greenhouse, and we'll no longer have to boil up water. We'll have water automatically supplied and plumbed to the sink. So, first things first, we have to work out exactly where we want to put this oil pump. Now, just let me grab this pumpkin. Now, I'm thinking seriously, there has to be a fence around this area to stop the infected. So, it's quite possible that... Can I jump? No, I can't. Hang on, let me just see. Is there a space in here? No, there's not. Alright, I have to just leave it there then. Perhaps it's a good idea to put the fence along the side here and maybe run the oil pump at the back. So if I put the oil pump along here, and then the garage will fit there, I think that would work fairly well, I think. So, let's have a look. If we try to place down the oil pump, it's... Let me see if I get that straight. It's reasonable sized. I'm wondering where would be the best place. Maybe close by here? Not to get in the way of this little path just here. But is that a little bit off? It is a bit. So that's definitely straight like that. I'm thinking probably up around here somewhere. So it's not too far from the edge here, so I can reach over perhaps. So maybe there? So if I put that there, it's not past this building, so I've got a little gap there. And then it's just on the edge of here. Okay, so it needs 20 mechanical and electrical parts and 20 steel ingots. So what we'll do is we'll go get those first. That shouldn't take too long. We've got so many of these, it's not funny. So if I just grab 25 of each, that'll take care of that quite quickly. And I did produce 20 steel ingots. Ooh, just under my weight, so that's good. And then the hardest thing is really trying to grab 50 iron ingots. So we can fill that in mega quick. How's that? Now we just need the 50 iron ingots. So I have been working behind the scenes here, so I think I can take 20. No, I can take 25. How cool is that? So I've only got to do 2 runs to get all of those in. Whoops, don't fall down. Okay, so there's 25 of the 50. Now we just have to grab the other 25. I think I had 10 running anyway. And then... So I need 15, right? So let's take 3 rows of these with me. And then that should be it. We should have our oil pump up and running. So just before I put this in, I just want to check on something. So if you were looking at these guys here, the mineral extractors, they've got a certain amount of oil. So a fair bit of the oil is actually in there, and it'll probably be wasted. But that should disappear if this thing works properly. because we won't need to supply the biofuel oil in there anymore. Here we go, so we're up to 40, 45, 47, 48, 49, 50. Now, I think this is just a name that we will use. I'll just call it Oil Pump Master. Oil Pump Master, and accept that. Now, let's see what happens. Did anything happen to this? Now, okay, I think what's got to happen is we've got to wire these up. So I think that was a slight change to how it used to work. Let me just put our electrical and mechanical parts back. So they can go back, they can go back. I might drop this seed. I did put a seed box up here now, so it's close to there. Now let's see. If that's the case, hang on, I think what we need is, where did I put them? Here, these wires. Now I want to see how this works. There's another thing we might be able to make use of, which might make things a little bit more comfortable, is a wire pole. So if I was to put a wire pole in line with those mineral extractors, maybe out here, like that, then it can connect to our oil pump, and then it can run down here and connect to these as well. So we'll put it about here. What we might do is put, because I think the wire's going to dangle a little bit, we might end up putting another one sort of just here. Actually, how much room does that take up? Probably doesn't really matter. Just like to keep everything fairly neat and tidy. So there's one there, and then maybe, how far does that extend out? One, maybe not too far outside of Mike's house here would be an okay place to put one, so say there. So all this takes is a few logs. So we'll just fill all these in. I did have an awful lot of grinding behind the scenes to get this all put together. It just gives us a bit more space, because it's quite possible I might decide to put a few more of these mineral extractors in. Okay. So I might have to move these, because they're actually rotated the wrong way. So can I actually see, how can I see which way it's rotated? Not very easily, can I? Here we go. I'll do it up the top. There you go. If it's pointing out this way, then I'll just move it to the side like that. Same with this one. Oh, okay, it looks like it's taking the position of where the last one was that I put down, I think. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so we'll put that one there. And this one here, we'll move that as well. Okay. Okay. So, I think to connect them, we need to put a little electrical relay. So it's going to need some screws, some iron ingots and some copper ingots. So let's have a look at what we've got left in here. Oh, man. You know, just busy. I'm busy, okay? Busy, dude. Hope the rest of the guys aren't here. Okay, so it's probably far easier for me just to come in here and grab a bunch of screws. So maybe we just halve that, so we'll have enough screws. And then what was the relays? It was iron ingots and copper ingots. Okay. Copper ingots, not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of there. Iron ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. Because I think that's how it's going to work. So if I go to place, power, electrical relay, just put one just up the top here. Like that. Put another one just there. Put another one on the edge of there. This one might be a bit weird because it's kind of got to go back to the... There you go, that one's filled in. That one's filled in. So that first one has to go back to the oil pump. So it may not look as neat and as tidy as what it should, but this will certainly give us plenty. Use electrical relay. I'm not sure whether you can go from, whether you have to go from the source to the pole first. We'll try this. So if I grab here, will it let me use it or not? No. How is it meant to work? E? I'm pressing E. Or do I need to have... Ah, okay, I need the upgrade tool. Okay. Okie dokie, I need that instead. Alright, let's have a look. Where did I leave it? I'll take out my axe and I'll put the upgrade tool in here. I will try to put the upgrade tool in here. There you go. Alright, that's my upgrade tool. Okay, make sure I've got light on here. Let's see. So if I say pull wire, there you go. Pull wire, and then there you go. There's a wire running up to there now. From there we go to the next pole. From there we go to the next pole. And from there we go to this pole. And then from here, does it not want to connect? Now that's interesting, so it doesn't even want to connect to the mineral extractors. Well, that's a bit weird. How does it connect then? I've got the wire in my hand. Yeah, I've certainly got enough. Transfer electricity to your components. Use the upgrade tool to attach wires to components. Okay, so it's coming out of the oil pump and then coming down this wire to this post. I guess I still need it to push stuff down towards the house perhaps, but that seems awfully weird. And then, why is that not on? Hang on. I thought that would have been working, the oil pump. Yeah, that is rather weird. I thought that would have been moving up and down and pumping like I've seen it before. Oil pump master. Unless it's meant to go through a control box, which is quite possible. tell you what I wanted to do is I wanted to have these tables set up and a control box put in here. Wasn't what I was really planning to do today, but I was going to put a control box just here. Or maybe there. Up a bit higher, and then have a bunch of relays connecting to it. So we might have to add that later and look at that a bit more down the track. Okay, I have to revisit that, I think. Anyhow, the other thing I wanted to definitely look at was I have to come back to that. The other thing I was going to look at was the water pump and trying to figure out where to put it. If I have a look at placing it, other buildings, water pump, can't put it anywhere over there anyway. And I think it has to be relatively close. So maybe we just put it somewhere like that. Is there? Yeah, I think that's meant to be a door. So maybe if we just put it on the edge here, perhaps. So connect it like that. Okay, so what's it need? 12 logs, 25 planks. 12 logs. What's the time? Nah. 12 logs. So I'll do a few runs, or should we just put this in the wagon? Probably just fill up the wagon, I suppose. Might be a little bit quicker. 25 planks. I'm not sure if even I can fit that in. That's 5. It's 8. That's 11. So we'll take these down and fill it up. Oops. Is that U-boot suspension on the water pump? Sorry, on the cart. Got a pump on my mind at the moment. Okay. Probably could almost cut down trees and use that actually. So grab one more log. Whoops, from out of here. Yeah, probably okay to use this. How many did I say? 25? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll come back and grab the rest. So we need another 17. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hopefully that's 17. So that'll get all our logs and planks in, I hope. Let's have a look. Logs are in, planks are in. We just need 10 aluminium ingots and 8 electrical parts. Okay. Oops, don't do that. So the electrical parts pretty straightforward. I think that's them all in there. And then aluminium ingots. We need a whole line of these taken down. Okay. Alright, so this should fill in the water pump. Okay. Connect to power source. So, water house 1? Or maybe just call it water house. I don't think I'm going to have more than that. Okay. So, I have a feeling I'm going to have to connect up that oil pump to the control panel and the water pump to the control panel. They're the two things. The other thing that I was going to put in place was a sink that's located like that, just on this corner here. So we'll put that in. 2 copper, 4 aluminium. 2 more copper. That'll get rid of the ingots. So I can put all these things in place and then we'll take care of all the wiring. We'll work that out. Okay, so 10 nails. So look. Oops, one more. So that's the 10 nails. Put those in, and then we just need 10 planks. Easy enough done. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we should have this finished. There you go. So that's where we should be able to take our clean water from. But I'm pretty certain, I'll try this, 75 clean water. Water house needed and pump must be turned on. Okay. So I gather that the water house is there, but the pump isn't working because there's no electricity connected to it at the moment. Okay. So, I'm sort of wondering whether that means, do we have to have the batteries and the solar panels and another form of electricity running? It doesn't tell you that it needs any electricity. Anyhow, we'll see if we can fill this up with everything. Oh, I shouldn't have put the screws back, actually. Well, there's 8 screws, so that's easy enough. I think I had 2 cobalt. There you go. 2 cobalt. So there's a couple of things we needed, so we can put those in. Now, just 4 iron and 2 copper. I think I had 2 copper. I might not have enough iron ingots yet. Oh, I do. Just. Whoops. Alright, so that should fill in the control panel on the wall here. Okay. Oh wow, okay. So as we add power through wind turbines, they'll pop on the list. If we add solar panels or wind turbines, they'll show up, and then as we increase, looks like we might have the capacity of 1,000 to start with, and then as we add batteries it adds more. Okay. Alright, so we have to wire all this up yet. Let's see. That might become part 2 of this, I think. Power. So a junction box. Oh, okay, so this is possibly a way of grouping things together. Okay, so I guess you can group a whole bunch of lights together and so on. And a wall switch allows you to turn circuits on and off, I suppose. So if you want to turn lights on and off, you can do it that way. Okay. Okay. So okay. Power stored, power capacity, in and out, and what's available. Okay. I'm just wondering if these things actually require power, or whether you can just run lines straight in. Because if you were running it through the ceiling here, you could put relays. What is he doing in here? Hello, birdie. Wrong place, sorry, dude. So where does it kind of show up? Right here, hey. I mean, you could put a relay just here somewhere on the corner of the wall, drag it to there. And then drag it all the way along inside of that wall, and then all the way along this wall to here. Okay, that's something we might have to do in the next episode, because I'm going to have to obviously look for more resources to make some more relays and so on. Because as you can see here, every time I place down a relay, it uses 1 iron ingot, 1 copper, and the screws aren't a problem. But I'm just going to have to sit back and make a whole bunch of more resources, I guess, to do that. Oh dear. Interesting. It really is. Might as well keep this burning, because I need as many of these iron ingots as possible. Because it'll be interesting to find out. I'm pretty certain the last time I tried doing this, it didn't. They've obviously changed the game a little bit. But yeah, that should still work. I think I just need to wire it up. But I could. How many should I use? Like, possibly 1, probably 2, maybe keep it neat. Probably 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably need half a dozen. just to run that wire all the way back to the control panel. And the water pump is kind of just, I think it's just down there, isn't it? Just on that inside wall, so yeah. Yeah, we just run along that wall, so maybe one, maybe another 4. So I probably need to make about 10 relays just to get the water pump connected to this control panel and the oil pump to connect to the control panel. Okay, well that's something for me to look forward to. So that's the start of our power and our oil pump. So the oil pump's in place, the water pump is in place, our control panel's on the wall. We have a few relays in place, but we have to make a fair few more to connect everything up. Okay, alright. I'll do a little bit more research and make sure that that's exactly what needs to happen. Maybe a little bit of work off camera, but yeah, it should be good once we get it all wired up. I would rather do it carefully and make sure that it all works properly and all that before I call it completed, I guess. But yeah, I might leave the episode here and call this kind of part 1 of our power, and then finish it off next episode. Alright, if you'd like to help and support the channel, you'd like the content you saw in this episode, please smash the like button. If you'd like to be notified of more videos as they come out on the channel, by all means subscribe. Alright, thanks everyone. Cheers.